How long ago did you start?
In the multifamily space? Yes, I started in April 2021.
Wow, over
Yes.
600 units that fast.
2 years. You realize how long it took me to get there? You want to grow, you want to scale. Leveraging is the key.
So the cash flow, we know that we can go in and increase the rent between $200 and $300.
But if everybody doesn't know, she's doing this all the way from Kuwait, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what time is it in Kuwait right now?
In Kuwait, actually, I'm still stateside. I'm on vacation. I leave tomorrow. But in Kuwait, there's a 7-hour difference. So it's 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the morning right now.
Oh, I was wondering why. Okay,
But
that's
still,
why.
I'd say it's all the way from over there the whole time, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Correct. That's where I started raising capital.
No excuses for those people here. And it really goes to tell how powerful social media is. And, it's interesting. I never knew that about that single picture. That's amazing. One picture can be that powerful. And just imagine going to a meetup, right? And you can see how important that is, or a live event, right? Like we've got a live event coming up in Miami here in January.
Which is going to be fire. Hey, Joe, that's going to be fire. I'm just waiting.
Right.
We're waiting confirmation on a couple of locations, but oh my God, that's going to be fire, man.
If you want to learn more about that, reach out to me. I'll tell you more. But it's just amazing how, just networking, being in the room, like Mike said, and taking one picture can really make a big difference. But yeah.
So Keshia, what made you get into real estate? Like, what were you doing before? And then you said, you know what, I'm ready to make this shift. Because you kind of, well, I'm gonna let you tell the story. You tell the story. Go ahead.
Yes, as I had mentioned earlier, I started off in the single family space, and I just wanted more, Mike. I wanted to leave a legacy, build true generational wealth, and I know that I can leverage other people's money, apartment syndication. So I wanted to leave that legacy, help other people, let them know that, hey, you can invest in real estate through another method called apartment syndication. So I wanted to scale into multifamily, but prior to that, Mike, I had a fitness business. It's called Kennedy Remedy Fitness. And yes, I was, helping women lose weight, but I wasn't going to leave anything behind my family, and I wasn't going to break that generational curse. So I said, I need to go back to what I know, which is real estate. And so that's why I decided to scale into multifamily. And that has been the best decision. And I just, took off from there.
Oh my goodness. Audience, are you catching this? Like, I need y'all to hear this. She's talking about generational curse that she wants to break. And if you guys don't know, Keshia brings the whole fam into this. Do you understand? She brings her whole fam. Everybody type in fam, because you have to have a why. And she went, now there's nothing wrong with being selfish, right? You kind of took care of yourself, but then you took it a little deeper and went for the fam. Why is the fam like your why? Like you literally brought the fam to Birth 360. You've been bringing your brother, your mom. Like I've met your brother and mom and recently your sister a couple of times. You've been taking them everywhere. Why? Why?
Yes, you're right. I forgot. I did have my brother and my mother when we first met you, Mike. I forgot all about that. But yeah, they are definitely part of my why, because I want to lead by example. And I'm the oldest of 4. My parents were married 41 years. And I want to set that standard for the Kennedy family, that brand, to let them know, hey, you need to meet this, can change your trajectory of your future. My sister is actually my youngest investor. She invested 2 years ago. So I'm really proud of her. And now I have my brother that's interested, my father that's interested. So we're really building an empire together as a family. And we're going to be able to leave all of that behind for generations to follow. And so I just want to inspire as many of you to dig into your why, because your why is going to continue to keep you moving forward. Each time that you want to give up or think that, man, this is a hard business, or why am I even doing this? Go back to your why. So my why is my family. My other why, Mike, is to inspire as many people as possible, especially minority and women. And then also veterans, because I'm a veteran, my father was a veteran, and then my great grandfather and my great uncles. So sit down, think about your why, and that's going to drive you to move the needle forward in your business.
Ooh.
Boy, she's preaching.
Ooh.
She's preaching.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, man, that why is everything. Because I'm gonna tell you, man, like some of y'all may think like, man, Mike got it made. It's easy. Look, man, we all got the same problems, man. But look, when you go after doing something different that's never been done before, that's not typically in your family's conduit or pipeline, you're now a trailblazer, and you're moving through, and nobody's there to kind of guide you, and you come to these hurdles, and listen, there were coaches back then, but I didn't understand that. I wish I did have a coach, but I didn't understand that. And because like there'll be times I was ready to quit, but I had to look back like, why are you doing this? And it was like, man, I got to change this for my fam. Like, we can't do this no more. Like, I need people to have money. I need to have the opportunity to see that it's possible. Like, no, that like just living that life. Not even saying living life with the Bentley and the big house. Just living a life where we taking care of our fam, we doing things for our community, and not only that, enjoying ourselves and taking care of our family. Like, that's so inspiring. Now, we talked about all the good things, but let's get down to it. What was the problem? So yeah, tell us about the hard.
Back, baby.
Yeah, tell us about the hard. Tell us about the challenges.
Yes, the main challenge for me, Mike, and is that being overseas, the time difference, like you mentioned, but I do not let those challenges stop me from my goal. And that's why it's so important
to
go.
You up in the middle of the night then? Like, are you up in the middle of the night doing work?
I'm up in the middle of the night. I am always adjusting my schedule for my meetings, and then also for investors as well.
Wow.
So yes, I'm doing what I have. I'm doing what it takes. I'm very persistent. I'm consistent. I was in the military, so we have a lot of discipline, loyalty, and we have a set schedule. So whatever I set my mind to, Joe, I'm going to do it. So this was a challenge in the beginning. I accepted that challenge.
Are you still working or doing anything for military? Or are you doing real estate full time now? And are you still doing your fitness?
Yes, I'm no longer doing the fitness business. I shut that down because I can't give 100% in both businesses. So I'm only focused on Kennedy Remedy investments. But I am also working a W-2 for the military. I'm a military contractor, even though I'm a veteran. So I have my 9 to 5, and I'm still running a business as well. So that goes back again to your why. There's no excuses if you put your mind.
You that 9 to 5 millionaire, huh? Is that what you're trying to tell you? That 9 to 5 millionaire? Is that how we do it?
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I have 24 hours in the day, just like everyone else. So it's about how you manage your time. That's what it boils down to.
How did the military help you get through this? You said, because is it the discipline? Is it the hours? Is it the work? Where did this work ethic come from?
Yeah, so it did go back, I guess, starting out as a child, my upbringing from my parents, right? It starts at home first. So it started there. My father was in the military. He was a drill sergeant, so he gave me hell.
Hey, wait a minute, hold on.
I thank them daily because
did you have the old school? Did you have the old school? Did you get the whoopings? Did you get the beat downs? Did you get the switch or the belt? Which one did you get?
Oh yeah, I got them. I got the belt. I got the belt. I got the
everybody in the chat, because right now it's child abuse. If you tell me in the chat, did you get the belt or what was the tree limb? What do we call it? The limb? What I want to know what y'all got. Yeah, did you get the extension? Again, they get it all. Man, my mama gave me I got that paddle too, boy. Oh, the switch. I don't know if I could deal with that switch though. Ooh, oh my goodness.
They make you go get it off the.
And everybody in here typing all of it. Like, y'all report your parents right now. Okay, so we got whooped into greatness. I love it.
Keshia, I got a question for you. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Yes.
So, would you say you had an entrepreneurial mindset too going into this?
Yes, I did. Sure did. It took a lot of that, right? It's all about mindset, but I did have an entrepreneurial mindset. I did have 2 businesses prior to Kennedy Remedy Investment. So as I mentioned earlier, I had the Kennedy Remedy Fitness. Fitness has played a key role in this business because I believe that not only should you be focused on your wealth lifestyle, but you also need to focus on your health lifestyle, right? Because we only have one temple. And if you can beat yourself mentally, you can face any adversity, right? So the real wealth is in your health. So I had the fitness business, which has helped me tremendously with, there's a lot of stress in this business. And then I also had a bail bondsman business. So I'm used to working with people. I've lived all over the world, and I've had those different type of interactions with different people from all over the world and cultures. So I already had the entrepreneurial mindset. And then my father had a security business, and he also had some rentals. So that's where all that played a factor in being successful too.
Tell me how, because like I know with me, and I'm still kind of upset with myself. I haven't gone back to it, but I have started working back out again. For me, it was working out and running. And that helped me stay, well, one, I felt great. My mind was clear. But I noticed when I don't, it kind of throws me off a little bit. But what do you use for stress? Like, because look, we all get stressed out. And I don't want people to sit here and believe like you're going to do these big deals. You're just going to jump from a single family, 2 family to a 50 to 100 unit and not have no stress. Like, and like everything is not going to run right. I'm just going to tell you that now. Okay. It's not going to happen. What do you do to handle that?
Yes, good question. I have a morning routine, right? And that does include getting up at a certain time because, yes, we want the freedom of time when we get into real estate, freedom to do what we want, but you still have to be in control of your own time. So you should have a set schedule as if you're working a 9 to 5. You have to be in control at all times. So you need to have a morning routine, whatever that may consist of, whether it's yoga, daily devotion, your fitness routine in the morning or in the afternoon. But mine is I make sure that I get up at a certain time every day. And that goes back to the military and the discipline from my parents. So getting up at a certain time, doing my daily devotion. And then I usually do my fitness routine at lunchtime so I can have that break in between.
Really?
Focus on my mental health and yes, my mental health. So that goes back to the fitness world. So I used to compete previously as well. So I am disciplined in what I eat. I eat well-balanced nutrition, which also helps me to do well in the gym too, right? You are what you eat. That's a true statement.
So I want to hear your response. Like, yes, because people, I want to answer this for other people. Yes, we want the money. Yes, we want to look good, right? We want to eat healthy. We want to make millions of dollars. And every day, true or false, we want to get up on time and do this? Is that a yes for you? Every day you want to get up and do this and go after it and get up and work?
No.
Is that what you did? You say yes or no?
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
I said no.
Yeah. I get it. I get it.
Today is not going to be a hey, hip hip hooray, let's go to the gym, let's get up. No.
It's not the hip hip hooray. I thought everybody wants to get up at 4:35 in the morning and work, you know, put these hours in and get punched in the face. Like, that's not a thrill.
No, it's not.
Okay. Yeah, no, it does. Like, guys, what we're basically saying, look, man, yes, this is what we have to do to make that commitment, to set to that schedule, to make things happen. But you're not going to want to. The emotions are going to set in. But it's not about your emotion. It's about what we have to do. So you got to learn how to. I didn't even know this was a thing, but you got to learn how to compartmentalize. I didn't say compartmentalize. Whatever. Yeah, thank you. And have emotional intelligence. I didn't know that was a thing until like this last year.
Right.
Because it's all about the commitment. A new word. Yeah, Leo, I know, bro. But it's all about controlling your emotions. So how are you able to control your emotions? I know we like getting deep. Like, I wanted to get real with people. Like, you know, this money is great. But, you know, how do you deal with this, man? Because, like, you know, some days I'm like, but I love it. Like, don't get me wrong, I love it. Now I get up and do it all over again tomorrow. And I'm like, yeah, hey, I'm so pissed at this. And I'm right at doing it smiling. How do you get over those hurdles? Like, you said pray, meditation, but sometimes, you know,
Yes, you can't always take things personal. That's a word of advice. You can't take things personal. You have to remember that this is a business and you need to think before you speak. What were you going to say, Joe?
No, yeah, that's spot on. I was just thinking, it's kind of like, imagine if you only reacted to things based on how you felt all the time. That'd be a very bad plan in life, right? You can't always react with how you feel. And that's what I think, you know, from what I'm hearing from your story, which I didn't know a lot of this background, but that's where a lot of that discipline that seemed to be passed down from your parents to you and your background in the military comes in handy very well, you know, because when you wake up and you don't feel like it, you do it. And when you do feel like you do it, you know, so whether you feel like it or not, you do it and you can stay consistent. I think a lot of it has to do with that sign behind Mike as well. And you could probably talk a little bit about that, right? Your goals and keeping that in your mind.
Exactly. And I know that a lot of people, you know, I'm inspiring a lot of people from social media, so they look up to me. And so that is also what keeps me going. Hearing people reaching out saying, hey, I just started investing in my 401k or self-directed IRA. I've been following you for a long time. So hearing things like that has also pushed me to keep going. And then meeting people at Bird 360 that I never met, but I met them online through social media, or, you know, we did a Zoom meeting. And it's just, you know, being around like-minded people have really helped me succeed.
Okay.
I had a question too. I might have missed it, but
go ahead,
how long ago did you start in the space? Like, how long ago did you start?
In the multifamily space? Yes, I started in April 2021.
Wow, really? Over 600 units that fast. That's incredible.
I'm about to kick this TV over.
Thank you.
I'm about to rip the mics off. I'm gonna slam everything. Did you hear that, man? 2 years. You realize how long it took me to get there? Man, y'all killing me, man. I love it.
I love it.
Now, what I really love, I think Keshia like kind of found her new bag, her kind of new place. I know she's been warming up. but she got on the stage for Birth 360. This is your first time because you didn't get to make it last year. It was her first time on stage. And like, she was like, oh, I think I kind of like this. Like, how was that for you?
Man, I was a nervous wreck leading up to it because, I decided to come at the last minute and I didn't tell anyone that I was coming, right? There was really no much preparation. And I prepared my presentation. And actually, we were on a family vacation a week prior. And so, man, I had anxiety,
Are
I
you
was definitely
serious?
uncomfortable, Joe, getting up there. But yes, when what's the saying? In order to grow, you have to get uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And so, my parents said, "Don't let the devil, defeat you." And because I was nervous, I'm not gonna lie, but I went up there, I prayed, I went into the speaker's room. Mike see me in there, got my head right because it's all about mindset. I didn't really review my presentation because it's my presentation, right? I don't need to review something that I already know. I looked
Mm-hmm.
at the slides a couple of times and I just went on up on stage and let God guide me. Once you are an influencer and you inspire so many people, it's really easy to, I guess it's easier now that I've met my challenge to get on stage and just be yourself. Like I said, be authentic, be you, and it's going to come out naturally. And so at the end, when I told everyone, hey, this is my first presentation, people couldn't believe that. And they still reach out to me and said, man, you really inspired me. So that has been my next challenge, is just to continue to um, learn to get uncomfortable and face my fears, which was public speaking.
Yeah. Let's get a little
Push yourself.
yeah,
And
let's
thank
get
you for that opportunity, Mike and
no,
Nate.
no worries, no worries. So let's get a little deeper here. Let's get back to the real estate. Now, you're not, well, maybe I'm wrong. At least you didn't start off that way, but is it fair to say, like, well, I'll let you break it down, but let's get into, because somebody even brought up, are you an LP? Are you a GP? Do you have partners? And are you still just kind of bringing money to the deal? Like, how are you structuring? Who are you working with? Like, talk to us. Like, how are you putting these deals together? Are you finding the deals? Like, what do you kind of focus on? Like, are you finding deals, or are you just bringing money? And how does that come to part? Like,
Yeah.
you know, talk to us about that.
Yes, and I don't know if you guys had already mentioned it, but an LP is someone that's passively investing in the deal, and the GP is more of an active role and an investor. So, as a GP, my role is to capital raising and asset managing. So, I don't focus on finding the deal. I rely on my partners, which is stateside, that have that broker relationship with brokers, can find deals, can underwrite, can do the due diligence, boots on the ground, because again, I'm overseas. So I'm leveraging their experience, leveraging my experience. So that's how we create a partnership to take down these deals together. So I'm not doing it all by myself from Kuwait. I am leveraging partnerships to take down these deals together. We could do more together versus just myself doing it all by myself. And I don't want to do that.
No, I love that. Everybody type in the chat team. Type in the chat team, because with team together, everyone accumulates money. Like, that's how you get money. That's how you leverage up. Like, you got to use the ultimate OP system. All right. The ultimate OP system. And something like, what's the ultimate OP system? The ultimate OP system is other people's experience, other people's knowledge, other people's money, right? Like, you can go on and on, other people's credit, other people's network. Like, use other people. You want to grow, you want to scale, leveraging is the key, right? Um, what where are you trying to go now? Like, you've got 600 units. Like, why keep going? When is it enough?
Good question. Good question. I want to continue to grow and scale, and this is a forever learning business for me. So eventually, I do want to learn how to find deals when I'm not outside of the US, right? Build those broker relationships and actually learn each component and aspect of the GP team that I haven't been able to learn. And then also just continuing to inspire as many people as possible and network. I really love people. I've always been a people person and being able to move every 3 years. So just inspiring as many people as possible. Eventually, I do want to learn apartments and start raising capital with, I mean, not apartments, hotels, sorry, start raising capital with hotels and other asset classes. But right now, my role is to capital raise, asset manage, and continue to network and go to conferences as well.
Man,
See, that's fascinating because like people fail to understand that concept that you don't have to do it all, right? And the way that Keshia got into 600 units was by focusing on one, like Tim Best would say, superpower, right? She was able to acquire all of that equity in those deals by simply staying focused and being a capital raiser. That is one aspect of the deal. And then later on, like she's mentioning, you can learn. That's what's really exciting about it. You can learn other aspects and you can add tools to the tool bag as you go, right? But it starts by really getting good in an area. So like when I hear Keshia Kennedy, I think, hey, capital raiser, right? Like she kills it, right? And that's what you want to do to get started. And I think it really speaks to how she could do that so quickly in just 2 years.
no, that's impressive. So tell me about this new deal you work on. You found something in Oklahoma, is that right? 174 units?
Yeah, so we actually closed on that last summer in July, 174 units in Tulsa, Oklahoma, in the Midtown area.
Why that
pretty
deal?
exciting.
Why? Why?
And I visited Tulsa 2 times.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I won't because why Tulsa? Why that deal? Why do you like raise money for that? Like, why? Just give me some detail. Like,
yes,
give me the real. Like, keep it 100. Don't give me that surface. I don't need all that surface. I need to know why. Man, because man, they was dropping them dollars. They had the bag. I saw the bag because I increased the rent to $20, 25. I get the bag and then we make these cuts. Like, keep it 100.
Yeah, so I've never invested in Tulsa at all. And I was leveraging the team. So of course the boots on the ground, the broker relations, but Tulsa is in the Midwest, right? And so I looked at the market. That's one thing that you want to look at, whether you're an LP or GP. You always want to go back to the basics, which is the market. So in Tulsa, the unemployment rate was a 2.2%. The occupancy rate was a 94.2%. The median age was 35 and a half years young. I don't like to say old. It was also ranked by Forbes as one of the best places for businesses and careers. The cost of living is 7% below national average. And another thing that I really liked about Tulsa was that they have a Tulsa remote program. So they're actually giving you money to relocate to Tulsa. And I don't know too many cities that do that. So they're giving you like a $10,000 grant, helping you find a place to stay, giving you a co-working space. So there was a lot.
I'm going to Tulsa.
Yeah, there was a lot of reasons why I wanted to invest in Tulsa. And then it's the oil and capital of the world. So there's so many opportunities there, and I really like Tulsa.
And now, I didn't even hear you get into the rents and what you can change. What's so amazing is a lot of people don't know that. I know that some of the things you study, but why is understanding the oil and gas company, why understand that the median age? Why is it that all those other demographics and economic things, why is that important on your decision?
Yes, because you want to know what's going on in that market. You want to make sure that you're investing in an area that doesn't have a high unemployment rate, because who's going to pay the rent, right? You want to know what's going on in that market. Are they building, is the city investing in its own city? For example, Tulsa has a lot of investors that invest in Tulsa. But the main reason why, Mike, let's get down to it, like you said. The main reason why is you want to make sure that your business plan is going to be executed and that you're not going to have a high vacancy rate whatsoever. You want to make sure that your tenants are going to be able to pay the rent. You want to see not only the market, because I didn't mention the cash flow. So the cash flow, we know that we can go in and increase the rent between $200 and $300, right? Also, another reason why I wanted to invest in Tulsa, Mike, I felt to mention, was that there were some storage lockers. There were 52 storage lockers that weren't being rented out. So this is one way that we can add additional income and add value, right? And then also we acquired a burn unit. And so with that burn unit, we went in and we did a complete gut. We gutted it out, we renovated, and we put it on the market as a furnished unit. And so we're able to achieve $1,400 in rent versus $800 in rent. And then another thing is that Avery Park and Avery Square is actually 2 apartment complexes. So that means we had 2 offices. So what we did was, one of the office, we weren't utilizing it. We went in and we did renovation to that office and added 2 studios. So this is just another way to increase the value, because we always focus on value add opportunities. And so once you increase the value, you're going to increase the income. And then once you sell in 3 to 5 years, the equity is going to be built up.
And didn't you remove like a swimming pool or something too?
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that. So we were having issues with the pool. And so the best thing was to remove the swimming pool. I know I posted that, Joe, and a lot of people thought that it was a new swimming pool, but we actually removed the swimming pool and filled it, and it looks amazing. Thank you, Joe, for reminding me.
So,
and then you also were talking about traveling nurses in there too, as well, right? That was something you probably looked into.
Yes. Yes. So we use the site Furnish Finders. And so there's a lot of traveling nurses on that site, medical professions, corporate travelers, and then like snowbirds. Similar to Airbnb, but more of a long-term hold on furnished units. So you can make more. Like I mentioned, 1,400 versus 800.
Hey, type that in the chat too, Joe, because people would love to hear about that. Furnish finders or furniture finders?
Walt's going to have to, because I don't have access to
it. Okay. Yeah, type in furnish finders. Furnish
finders. So
I cannot talk today. Furnish finders.
FURN. Yeah, I can't talk either. FURNISHED finder.
Oh, finder, not finers. Yeah, that kind of sounds weird. Furniture finders. Thank you guys. Thank you. I can't see. I can't even see here either. So now let's get a little bit into the numbers here. So you had 52 storage units. Okay. What did you rent those for once you cleaned those up, or just started renting them out for?
Yeah, so we just got them completed. What we did, Mike, we had put a new roof on there because the roof was really bad. We needed new doors that were secure and with the lock. And so that took some time because we had some issues with ordering the wrong door. Well, we didn't, but the contractor, they had ordered interior doors instead of exterior doors. So we had to send it back. But long story short, we were able to rent out the first one for $30 a unit. And what we did was we did comparables to the storage units that's being rented out. And of course, in the local area, did kind of like comps. And the tenants love to have a storage unit on the property, right? So we were able to actually rent it out to both properties. As I mentioned earlier, it's 2 apartment complexes in Tulsa, Avery Park and Avery Square. So we can actually solicit to both properties. So that's actually going to add an additional $308,000 in value because of that.
Just
the storage lock.
And so hold on. So here.
Go ahead.
Yeah. No, so how much did it cost to fix up that storage facility?
$35,000 for construction.
Are y'all catching that? Are you catching what she just threw?
And what
Are you catching what she
So,
just threw? She
wait, you
just
said
she just spent 35,000 to create 300 and how much in value?
$308,000, sorry,
so
dollars
Keisha,
in value.
that doesn't count your cash flow from that, right? That's just like increase the value of the property.
Correct.
Yeah, that's a
So on
that's a
top of that,
that's a
Conservative.
8.8. 8.8. She almost 10x'd her value off of one thing. Guys, that's why excuse me, that's why I love apartments. Guys, I'm telling you, and not only that, over I don't care. Well, she already said she had some vacant units that were burned that went from 800 to 1,400. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
bananas.
How many?
Guys,
And let me go back.
too.
And let me go back to the storage units. What we did prior to even thinking about adding value with the storage lockers, what we did, we did a tenant survey. And this is something that you can do for free, right? You put the survey out there and see what feedback you get first,
Right.
prior to adding that value or spending that construction cost to see if it's even going to make sense for your tenants to rent that out. So that's something else to keep in mind too.
Go ahead, Joe. I know you were
Those surveys work.
Yeah, no, they do. Joe, what else were you going to ask, Keshia?
Yeah, I was just saying, I mean, how amazing is it? Just to remind you guys, she did it all the way from Kuwait, right? So you never, if you're thinking, oh, I can't find a deal in my area, like what's the excuse, right? She did it all the way from Kuwait. It's amazing.
Now, what were the rents? Where were the rents at when you acquired the property, and then what's the goal to push the rents to?
Yeah, so we actually looked up here recently, and it's a blessing in disguise where Section 8 needed to reposition their tenants. And so we were able to get a lot of those tenants to come over to Avery Park and Avery Square, but the rent was $200 to $300 below market. So we were able to push it up to, was it $1,100 in that area? Between eight to $1,100. It depends on the unit, of course. The renovated units versus the old units.
Did you know
versus the new units.
Did you know the rents were going to push up that, like, in your performer, what did you project you were going to push the rents to?
Yeah, so of course we do conservative underwriting, and we didn't expect to get that feedback for Section 8. So many people had to be replaced from another apartment complex, unfortunately. So we pushed it up to like $150, and we were able to achieve so much more. So that's why it's always important to write conservatively and then overachieve and overdeliver to your investors.
So you expected to push it 150, but you got an extra 150, and this is 174 units.
Correct.
So 174 times $150. That's an extra 26,000. Once she gets it all stabilized, at some point it's going to get there. So you create $26,000 more a month, 26.1 times 12. She creates an additional 300,000 in cash flow, right? Now you're going to lose some of that because of expenses and management fees and fixed costs. So we're going to say you can use 80% of that because you already got expenses in the other one. So times 0.8, that's 250,000 more dollars in cash flow that they didn't even account for. And then you divide that. What cap rates you using out there in Tulsa?
Yes, it was a 5% cap rate.
Are you serious? Stop lying. You using a 5 cap? Oh, this is disgusting. Oh, 0.05. $5 million of unexpected money. Golly. Are you serious?
That's crazy.
Yes.
That's why I like to say you cooking.
And this can be everyone that's
cooking with hot grease, baby.
Everyone that's
Keshia kicking with hot grease. She frying the chicken, baby. We getting it in. This is passes. Everybody need to take. That's right. Amanda type. This insane. Type insane. That's balling. 5 million that you ain't even project. Like, and guess what? If you don't even get it, guess what? She gonna get an extra 2 mil. Hey, who wants to be next? That's all I need to know. Who want next? One deal. Man, hey, Amanda raised her hand like I'm in. Man, this is why I love real estate. This is why I teach. This is why I love to see people get it. Man,
and that, you know, I want to say that the beauty of that is, and the reason why you were able to increase that value like that in the property is because the value of apartments is based off their income, not their comps like a single family home, right? So when you stabilize and raise the property income, you just increased the overall equity in the building, right? So not only did you obviously increase your month-to-month cash flow, but the 5 million came from value, right? By increasing the value, by increasing the rent, boom, you could resell it.
Keshia, how many people or how many LPs do you have in this deal? And then like how many general partners in this deal? This is, you know, give people an idea. So, because some people think like, oh, it's just me. And then some like, no, it's quite a few of us. And some like, no, it's only one person. You know, how many people is involved in this transaction?
Yeah, so the purchase price was $12.55 million. So of course, it's going to be a lot of people that are involved in this deal. Again, it was 174 units. So we do a head count real quick. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 8 GPs.
Okay.
On the deal, on 174 units.
And how much cash did you guys have to raise?
Yes, it was a $4.9 million raise. Sorry.
And that was like 71K a unit.
Yeah, about 72 a K a unit, correct.
And then how many LPs?
Big raise.
Yeah, how many LPs? How many LPs do you have in that?
I would say 1, 2, 3, over 100.
Okay.
I don't know the exact number right now, Mike.
That's impressive, though. That's impressive.
One of our investors did bring in $2 million, and of course he's a part of the GP.
That's good.
Because we did struggle at the end to raise, but hey,
first of all, thanks for sharing that. Because everybody will be like, oh, we just gonna go out and raise this money. Sometimes yeah, I like to now because I'm in a position now, but not always. But I'd like to have that. This is my little trick. I like to have that one investor that I can always call on that has that 1 to 3 million, right? And then I say, yo, what's that? I don't want to say, but I'm gonna say Big Steve. All right, I'm gonna call Big Steve. Yo, man, got this deal, son. Drop 2 mil, bro, and I'm gonna pay you back for a hamburger today. No, I'm just kidding. No, I was like, you ever watched that? You remember that cartoon? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And, I don't even remember the cartoon. What was that? Popeye. Yeah. Anyway, no, but I was like, hey, Steve, man, let me get 2 mil. I'll pay you. I'm gonna pay you like 10% on your money, and then here I'm gonna give y'all a hustle. Here's a sneak preview. I'm gonna close the deal. Then I'm gonna go raise the money, right? And then I'm gonna cash you out, let you keep a GP piece, and then keep it moving. You see how that took the pressure off? if you can get you an investor like that, man, rock with it, swing with it, sway with it, do it all with it. Because because you're working on them tight timelines. I mean, some of these deals you may have. Well, now here's the thing though. You're always raising money, right? You're not like, you don't raise the money, or Keisha, I'll let you share. It's a Keisha day. It's a Keisha day. How do you raise the money right before you find the deal, or you've been raising the money prior to the deal? Like, talk to me.
I'm always raising money. I'm on vacation right now and I'm raising money, Mike. I've been on a 2-month vacation. I'm raising money, but no, you should always be raising money, no matter if you're in a deal or not, because just like Mike had said, you are on a tight timeline, and you don't have time to start creating those relationships during the raise. Especially if you have a non-accredited investment opportunity, you already have that pre-existing relationship. So you should be raising capital every day, all day, no matter if you have a deal or not, because you want to always have those soft commits. You can't take time off.
Thank you.
Of the essence.
Capital,
always be raising.
Always be raising. Capital raising is a workout to me. It's like fitness now. Mike, it's something you need to do every day. I even myself stopped for a minute, and literally when you stop, you get out of shape. Like, you stop, like, I gotta start trusting, work with investors again. Like, it's a grind. Just keep doing it. Don't stop. Keep these people in your funnel, and talk to them all the time. And guess what? Technology allows you to communicate. And when Keisha's queen of this, now I'm not gonna say she don't literally email or talk to people quarterly, but with the email system, you can write emails, 10, 12 different emails in advance to shoot them out, to keep the relationship going with your investors. That's the cheat code. I gave you some amazing cheat codes today. Okay. But I would tell you,
Mike,
Keisha,
I was going to ask you, how does it feel to have a student that's that successful?
Oh, I love it, man. I love it. I tell you, I walk away like, man, literally it breaks me down at times, man, to see everybody getting this success, man. Like, literally, that it literally brings great joy to me to see people even do, like, fly through what, I had so many hurdles. Like, I mean, when I was doing deals, I didn't know what cap rate was. I was like, can you imagine? Seriously, true story. I'm on the phone with a hedge fund guy that can write a $25 million check quicker than, I don't know, quicker than I could spend $10, right? Like, he'll write the check just, and he's like, so Mike, it was my first it was a $28 million deal I was pitching to him. And I knew enough to be dangerous, but I didn't know anything. And he was like, well, tell me why we should do this deal. And literally, I pretty much said this. Well, because my man Jim did the same deal around the corner and he made $5 million. So I figured I could do the same thing. I mean, that's pretty much what I said. And I didn't know nothing about cap rate. I didn't know nothing about absorption. I didn't know price per square foot, investors, the proper way to raise capital. Like, I was like, no, man, my man Jim did that. Like, and I know I'm smarter than Jim, son. Like, let's get it. Yeah, no, I mean, the only reason I can tell that was the first time I was like, oh my gosh, he's like drilling me. Like, is something wrong with me? But like, no, I just didn't have the language. if I could have talked absorption price per square foot and how I can escalate the rents, if I could talk about capital expenditures, if I could talk about debt and terms and principal and depreciation and IRR, and I could go on and on, equity multiple, it would have been so, because it was such an easy, let me tell you something. This deal, I could have bought for 25 million, maybe 28 million. When I first saw the deal, I could have got it at 22 million. It was 997 units. 997 units I could buy for 22 million. I don't think y'all really understand the value of that. Let me break this down. 22 million divided by, let me break this down, Joe. They ain't catching what I'm throwing right here, man. 22 million divided by 972. I think that's what I said. That was 22,000 a door. You can't buy nothing for no 22,000 a door.
Crazy.
That same building worth 100,000 a door right now or more. Do you realize I told the guy, yo, this is what it's gonna cost. This is what they selling for. And because I couldn't articulate it, he passed. He liked me though. He liked me. But he passed. Then Apollo, which is Trump's son-in-law, they bought a big portfolio, and that was in it, and they paid 36 million. Then they flipped it, and didn't do no work, then flipped it to somebody else for 45 million. Then they stuck them, renovated, and then they sold it for 65 million. All because, what I don't want to call it dumb, but my ignorance literally cost me.
How many deals are, people watching is losing just because they don't know? Get educated, get a mentor, get somebody to help you.
Yeah, man. Hey, now that you mentioned that, man, Keshia, you're part of our mastermind. How and we got to get out of here. We're all over our time, man. Keshia, I'm gonna let you answer that. We got to get out of here. But Keshia, tell them, why did you join the mastermind? Why would you tell other people to do it now? And guys, I'm not trying to plug the mastermind because the mastermind's closed. It's only invitation only. We don't even have room for people right now. So I'm sorry. I'll open it. I don't know what I'm doing. But the only way you can get in is be invited at this point, because I have to make room. But anyway, Keshia, why did you join the mastermind? Why is it important?
Yes, I didn't want to make those same mistakes that I made in the residential space, because I was self-taught, and I knew that if I had a mentor and a coach, that it will propel me forward, and I didn't have to reinvent the wheel. You'll give me the blueprint. Basically, if I follow the orders like I would do in the military, you gave me the blueprint. You told me to go from A to Z, and I executed. And so that has been a tremendous help and a part of my success today, because of your guidance, your guidance, and John's guidance, and Wen's guidance, and Tim's guidance. That mastermind, I have already received back my return on investment times 10, times infinity, because of that one investment. And I place investment on myself, and I see a big return. So if you're out there thinking, man, I want to get into this space, I want to learn what Keshia's learning, find a mentor or a coach, invest in yourself. That's the best investment that you can make. But you remember, you can get the tools from that toolbox, but you have to execute.
Love it.
I like how you said that, investing in yourself, because the more you learn, the more you earn. I know there's something where if your wallet pours into your mind will pour into your wallet. And that's how you're going to change your life for the rest of your life. That's so amazing. And don't be cheap. Look, find somebody you like. Find like masterminds do cost. I ain't gonna front, man. Masterminds cost like I think ours is like 25,000 now. Now we have some 50,000 and 100,000. I'm not saying that because look, like I said, we're close, but I want you to understand. I spent in the last year probably over 180,000, 200,000. Now you got to realize when I first started, somebody told me 1,500. I was like, man, I learned that myself. And I lost.
You got coaches.
Yeah, now I got coaches. And now my coaches are part of my team. Oh my goodness. It's changing the game. Like I'm Robert Allen is going to rock out with me for a couple of years. Like what? Like get in the game, man. Get to the table, knock it out the park. But look, guys, we're all here to help you, man. You know, just hang around. Make sure you get to some events. We got to go home. I got to get to my babies. I love you guys. Y'all my babies too, but I got to get to my babies. All right. We got to get to school tomorrow. Hey, man, I'm out of here. God bless you. God keep you. Wait a minute. First of all, everybody give it up for my girl, Keshia Kennedy in the building. Give it up. Joe, give it a round of applause. Everybody clap, say yeah. Hey, you know, clap for her, tell her thanks. And whatever you do, don't go home and reminisce and beat your kids with them belts and them ropes and them switches, all right? We ain't gotta do that no more. We can communicate more with the family, all right? We ain't gotta beat our kids. Hey, Joe, man, thanks for hanging out, brother. You always make the day. Walt, everybody give my man Walt in the back over here taking to his light. Oh, see, he give himself the drums and everything when he jumped in. I didn't get drums. I don't even get that from me, man. Hey, but look, man, I'm out of here. God bless you. God keep you. May God bless you beyond your belief, but not your capacity. And remember, you're one big deal away.